Allison, can you explain what internet is?
I still love technology.
Pretty amazing.
Truly wonderful the mind of a child is.
Hey guys, Mr. Ogden here. Today we're going to continue using Google Sheets to learn more about creating our own pixel art projects. To start, make sure you're signed in on the top right to your Scan Warriors account, firstname.lastname at scanwarriors.com. For the sake of this tutorial video, I'm going to click on my tutorial video class. You would go to your proper period. And the latest assignment, Google Sheets Pixel Art Part 2, is posted on the top. Alright, so for the assignment, it's going to be similar to our last assignment. We're going to create a design using Google Sheets from the options down below. Remember, we already talked about what a pixel is. It's the smallest unit of a digital image or graphic that can be displayed and represented on a digital display device. Same 4 steps as usual. Watch the tutorial video. It's down below. Pause and play it as needed. Create a pixel art from examples below. Review the requirements to make sure you met them all before you turn it in. And then lastly, turn it in. And for the requirements, they're all the same as last time. I just simply added one more thing. You must create a square background color around the pixel art, which must be at least 3 rows and 3 columns in thickness. So I'll go over that a little bit later. The scoring is a little bit different than last time. The only thing that I changed was the 5 points for the background color. Everything else is the same for a total of 20 points. Here are your options. Now you notice this time they're a little bit more advanced, a little bit more colorful, and it'll take you a little bit more time to do this next project. So I'm going to come up here to the right hand side where it says Your Work. Click on your Google Sheets. Alright, now for starters, remember these are called individual cells. The letters across the top, these are all called columns, and the numbers along the side, these are all called rows. Now the magical button, okay, is this one right here. So make sure that we are clicking on this little box, and I'm going to zoom in even more so you can see it better. I'm going to go to 200%. So if you click on this little magical box right here, again, that's the Select All box that selects all the cells. Make sure you select that each time you add a new conditional formatting for colors. So when doing conditional formatting, make sure you select that each time. So this magical button that we select all, again, we come up here to the top where the blue line appears and our arrow, and we click and drag left so we can make our squares. When it looks like a square, just let go. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So we have some space over here on the right. So again, we want to add 26 columns to the right. So again, click the magical button right there, select all, and then we're going to go Insert 26 columns right. Okay, there we go. So now we have our sheet set up. Now we need to go to Google Classroom and pick out a item we want to copy. So for the sake of this tutorial video, I'm going to go ahead and select this one. So for this one, all you need to do is right click on it and do Save Image As. So on your keypad, your touchpad, on the right hand side of it, make sure you right click and then select on the left side, just a regular click, Save Image As, save it to your computer, go back to your pixel art, and we're going to insert that image that we just saved to our computer, and we want to make sure we insert it over cells. So Insert Image over Cells. Click on it, and then we're going to go find our photo that we just downloaded. So make sure you click Browse. It'll search your computer, and we're going to use the one that we just downloaded. Select the image you downloaded. And again, you can just click on the image and move it. Click and drag. Click and then drag. Click, drag. You can take the rectangles and little handles on the outsides and click and drag and move it and shrink it. So over here, I'm just going to leave it for now. So we're going to start by doing our conditional formatting. Remember, for the assignment, we've already done this. Make cells into squares. Add 26 columns to the right. Now make sure we make a color key in column A using our numbers and colors. So we're going to start doing our conditional formatting inside column A. So go back to our Google Sheets. Here's column A all the way down. So our first color we're going to use, I'm going to use black. So again, make sure you select all, magical button, and then we're going to do Format, Conditional Formatting, Apply Range, it's everything. Format cells, we're going to go is equal to. First one will be number 1. And remember, make sure you select the fill color and the text color as the same. So we're going to do black for the first one, text color also black, and then click done. Now you have your first rule. So when you come over here and hit 1 anywhere, alright, it makes those cells black once you move. Again, here's your back arrow, your undo in case you mess up. Or if you went back too far, you can go forward and redo. I'm going to go back. So our first color is 1. So I'm going to go ahead and speed the video up, and then I'll get back with you in a second. So as you can see, I started to create my diamond for my Google Sheets Pixel Art Part 2, and I'm going to go ahead and show you another conditional formatting rule. So again, we're creating our color key over here on the left-hand side in the A column. 1, I've already done conditional formatting for the color black. 2, I'm going to go ahead and use color for red. So I'm going to go ahead and select all, magical button, format, conditional formatting, and then it'll pop up like this, and you're just going to simply click add another rule, and we're going to go is equal to the number 2, fill color red, text color also red, and then click done. So now 2 is red, so I'm going to go ahead and fill in the red. Okay, and obviously I'm not done with it, but I'm going to go ahead and double check the requirements. So now I've done my conditional formatting. I've done my color key in column A. Again, this is the color key right here, having all my colors programmed using my conditional formatting. The next requirement is to create a square background color around the pixel art, at least 3 rows and 3 columns in thickness. So here is my pixel art right here, okay, in these columns and these rows. And so I want to create a border color around that, at least 3 above the top of it and below the bottom of it, and then to the left and to the right. And we're going to fill it in as like a little background color. So if you run out of space above or to the side, all you need to do is select a column or even a row. I'm going to start by doing a column, and I'm just going to right click on the column after it's selected. So just right click on the letter up here under B column, right click, and we're going to do insert one right. And so I just inserted another column to the right. Now I'm going to click the C column. I can click B or C, doesn't matter. And I'm going to right click, insert one right. So now we have 3 spaces to the left. And for my photo over here, I can just move it out of the way, shrink it down. I have 3 to the right. We've got 3 rows above and 3 below. So for this, I'm going to go ahead and just shrink it to about 50% so I can see everything. I'm going to do my conditional formatting, and I'm going to go ahead and add my background color. And for this, I'm going to use, and for my background color, I'm just going to use like a light gray color. You can use whatever you like. I'm just going to do like a light gray. So make sure you format the text and the fill color. And we're going to do is equal to, okay, this will be my number 9. Done. Okay, so I'm going to zoom back in now so you can see it better. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to fill in 9s, 3 columns to the right all the way around. I'm going to actually insert one more to the right. There we go. So now I have 3 columns. 1, 2, 3, C, D, and E. So now we're just going to start filling this in with 9s. I'm going to fast forward the video. Okay, students, now you see that I've met the final requirement, which was the background color around the pixel art of at least 3 rows and 3 columns in thickness. So here is my object I chose, 3 on that to the far left and far right. 3 columns to the left is colored. And on the top and bottom, 3 rows, 1, 2, 3 is shaded in as a background color, and below it 1, 2, 3, and also to the right, 3 columns to the right. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can kind of see the whole thing. So it looks really nice when you add a little background in, And I'm going to show you one more thing just for fun. This is just a more of an advanced thing to kind of put a frame around the entire photo, but you don't have to do this. This is just optional. So I'm going to click in the top left corner, and I'm going to hold down Shift and then click in the top or the bottom right corner. And what I'm going to go now is go to Borders, and I'm going to do this one, Outer Borders. Looks like a box, and select it. And I'm going to change the thickness right here. So the border color is black. This border thickness, border style, go a little bit thicker. And there you go. So it kind of frames up the project nicely. Again, that is just optional. That is something that you don't have to do for points. However, you do need your color key on the left, and you do need all the other requirements. Of course, you need to fill in the entire thing. I just did mine quickly to show you for the sake of the tutorial video. Again, last step is to go back and read all these requirements. Make sure you have them in your project right here in Google Sheets. And as long as you have all the requirements, including the color key and border and all the colors and all the conditional formatting, then come back to Google Classroom and turn in and turn in. Okay, that's it. Let me know if you have any questions.